Francesco Dellamorte is a cemetery keeper who embodies the link between two worlds, the world of the dead and the world of the living. He also represents two vivid drives, eros and thanatos, that is, love and death. His parents left him that legacy with their names. His father was named Dellamorte and his mother was named Dellamore. He is hence the mixture of two Freudian drives. Francesco lives in a small town, or to be more accurate, is a prisoner in this place. He wonders about the possible existence of another place where he could escape. The only way for him to act on his endless boredom is to kill every dead who comes back from their graves shortly after their deaths. Just like Ash in the Evil Dead movies, he achieves his mission of terminating the dead in a funny and disenchanted way. So the movie depicts a desperate world wherein the dead strive to stay in their graves and the living strive to remain alive. The narration is going pessimistic and reflects the real world with its planless and disorganized features. The two heroes are prodigious. Nagy, the innocent and a bit retarded assistant, conveys every emotion just through the only word he can utter, that is, nya. Dellamorte looks rather like a late teenager, a kind of romantic character lost in a world that's bound to idiocy, boasting and cupidity. Rupert Everett and Francois Agilazaro are really amazing. It's probably one of the best duo in a horror movie. Some kind of funerary Laurel and Hardy, if you will. I'll let you witness that. Dellamorte is a first-person narrator, while Nagy remains almost dumb. Never in a zombie movie innocence and love have been that well depicted as far as I have seen. At some point the main character will say to comfort his assistant Nagy, "Patience, in love we have to wait." Many standards of love relationships are presented: the serenade, love at first sight, the will to get married and the saddest part, heartbreaks, grief, and mourning as shown by the loss of a husband. These aspects of loss are also present in movies like Pet Sematary, without the funny atmosphere of Cemetery Man. There are also various innuendos on the risks related to love. Francesco wonders if he will turn into a zombie after he has been bitten by his zombie sweetheart. Of course, the STD is highly implied here. Moreover, Francesco acts like a teenager, eager to have sex all the time, in a world filled with death. His instinctual reflex is to procreate, give life, and this will bring more confusion as Dellamorte is said to be impotent. When the two worlds get together, Dellamorte gets pushed by death herself and starts killing the living to save time for his job. And he does this with a remarkable alibi. The living dead and the dead living are from the same kind. Filled with imagination, poetry, and extremely funny, the movie offers a kind of magic, with surrealist sequences that will blow your mind, such as a zombie exploding out of his grave on his motorbike, a bus full of Boy Scouts falling down a ravine as they were coming back from a pilgrimage, dancing spook lights or ghost lights around lovers embracing on a tomb, and the absolutely magnificent final shot, where somewhere else doesn't actually exist, where heroes get back together in a fetal phase, prisoners of their daily microcosm, just like the tiny creatures in the snowy globe. I could decipher and stop on so many scenes from Cemetery Man because the composition and the editing are absolutely brilliant. The rhythm is awesome. You never get bored. The music is as great as the visual development. The dominant themes are love and death, of course, but some other themes are relevant, like the doppelganger or alter ego theme. Characters represent mirrors of the Francesco Dellamorte character. Francesco might suffer from hallucinations, mental issues, His only friend outside the cemetery ends up in the hospital, and when Dellamorte pays him a visit, he doesn't know who Dellamorte is. So this friendship might have been another fantasy of Francesco. Notice the similar names, as his so-called friend is called Franco, but also physically speaking. And the second alter ego is obviously Nagy. He epitomizes the innocent, childish, love-craving teenage state of mind which manifests in Dellamorte. Motives: the recurring love and the hard time forgetting the one he loved. Seeing the same persona in each next woman. Wings: the statues in the cemetery often show angels, and the way the camera shot the actors leaves wings behind them, as a repetitive need to fly away, or the difficulty to do so. Symbols: they are often linked to the surrealist paintings or poetry. The crystal ball, symbol of the imprisonment of the two characters. The phone book, the only reading of Dellamorte, showing all the people he will bury and the thing from which death appears to give him his mission. The kiss, a reference to the painting The Lovers by Magritte. The skull reminds of the Memento Mori paintings or Vanitas paintings. The cross, Christian symbol, but also used to kill a zombie. So the movie remains one of the best from the splatter zombie category. The visual effects are of high quality, faithful to the zombie gore movies. The opening scene, just like Dead Alive, Branded, will forecast the general atmosphere of the movie. It goes way further than an entertaining flick, as the ending is just monumental. More than that, I'd call that splatter poetry. It's all about a man wanting to break free from his condition, and filled with humor. One of the answers of this torment eventually reveals. It was there, and maybe it is called friendship. If you haven't seen it, watch it now. An innovative movie and a unique experience. Done.